'cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Hey guys, so last night was the 11th episode of the 3rd season of Pretty Little Liars, and the episode was called Single Fright Female. I mean, Hannah, if you had to wear that hideous skirt, the least you could have done is worn a shirt that matched. Once again, just taking a nice leisurely trip to the good old coffee shop before school. I don't understand. Hannah, do you realize that anything you put on the internet could come back to haunt you? And considering your old track record, you having that little chat to Caleb about those videos and those instant messages probably will come back to haunt you. Nate is a freak. She is a lesbian who dated and was in love with your cousin who was recently murdered. Honestly, here's my theory. I think that he is the guy from True North who stalked Maya and now he's obsessed with Emily. And I think his real name isn't even Nate. I think it's LJ. Dun dun dun. I'm not necessarily saying that he killed Maya, but there is not a doubt in my mind that he's trouble. Oh my god, I hate in TV shows and movies and stuff where there's that person who doesn't want to believe their friends when they try to tell them about something and warn them about something and they're just trying to look out for them, but then they end up getting mad at those friends. Emily, why was Jenna acting so nonchalant when Hannah told her that those videos were found? And that's gross, girl, leaving all your cherry pits everywhere. First the pistachio shells, and now this. Also, if I were her, I would never ever want to put on sunglasses again. I bet you anything. Nate flipped out when he found out that Jenna was pretending to be blind because he did something bad in front of her that he shouldn't have been doing, and he only did it in front of her because he thought that she couldn't see, but she totally could, so now he's freaking out. And I bet that he's the person Jenna was talking about at the end where she was telling Emily to be careful who you spend your time with. They want us to think it's Paige, but it's not. It's Nate. Boom goes the dynamite. Okay, thoughts on that flashback with Allie and Paige. Once again, poor Paige. Although, we knew she had a motive for wanting Maya dead, but now we see that she had a motive for wanting Allie dead too. Emily was in love with Allie, not her. But what really confused me was why Allie was so scared when she walked away from Paige. The only time we've seen her even that remotely scared was when she started getting messages from A. Could that mean that Paige is A and Allie knew it? Honestly, probably not, but I'll get into that later. To be honest, as of right now, I just don't think I really care all that much about this Maggie situation. I mean, of course it's a big deal, but I just find that whole storyline kind of boring compared to everything else that's going on right now. I love how Cece just charged into that dressing room like freaking Crocodile Dundee and just went to town on that snake. Back to my Nate is LJ theory. Once he got his tongue out of Emily's mouth, he easily could have snuck that knife out of Maya's bag at some point while they were going through it. Nice product placement, Tresemme. Ooh la la. I knew it was going to be Caleb that pulled Hannah into that closet, and I'm so glad I was right. That scene was all kinds of hot. So I know I feel bad for Paige a lot, which I really do, but I don't believe her sob story. I don't believe that she's as innocent as she's making herself out to be. She's just playing up the victim role right now. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that Ted is involved, and if so, he probably made copies of all those videos. The finale looks cray. Here are my guesses for the finale. As far as who the betrayer is, which, by the way, I know there's been some speculation going on as to whether or not the betrayer is on the A team or A or whoever, or if the betrayer is just somebody who betrays, but like isn't necessarily involved with the A team. Marlene King confirmed that the person who is the betrayer is on the A team, so I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, as far as who I think the betrayer is, I did really think that it was Paige, but now I really don't think that it's Paige. I think that she is like the Melissa of this season. All signs are pointing to her. They're trying to make us think that it's her. All the liars think that it's her, which, here's one thing I've learned about that. If the liars think one way about something, it's not that way at all. They're wrong about everything. They were wrong about Ian, they were wrong about Melissa, they were wrong about Garrett. So if they think that it's Paige, it's not Paige. But also, I don't think it's Paige because with everything that I've read online about this finale, it's supposed to basically be like epic. Everyone's freaking out about it, like all the cast members and everything. And they're making it a huge deal how we won't be disappointed and how it's a big shocker. Which I know they said all that about Mona, but I don't know, I really think they mean it this time. And I mean, that would not be a shocker at all to find out that it's Paige, because they're playing it up so much that it's her. Why would that shock anybody? And also, when you think about it, it wouldn't really even be a betrayal to find out that Paige is on the A-team, except for Emily, obviously. But with the exception of Emily, all the other liars already think that it's her. They already think that she's on the A-team. They already don't trust her. So that wouldn't even really be considered a betrayal. So yeah, that being said, I honestly don't really have like a solid guess as to who I think the betrayer is. Like, I don't have anyone that I would put money on at this point. But if I had to guess, I guess I'd probably say Ezra, just because I've had my suspicions about him since last season, and I'm still definitely not ruling him out for anything. Plus, the preview is making it out to be like this person is betraying everybody by being on the A-team, and that would obviously betray Arya. That would betray all the liars because they had him as a teacher. That would betray all the parents because like Ella's been friends with him and everything. That would betray a lot of people with him being the betrayer. And I mean, of course there's Ren too. I mean, I know he's involved. It's really just a matter of when everyone's gonna find out. Also, I have a prediction in regards to the clip of Hannah hysterically crying behind that police tape. I think that either Mona or Lucas dies, but I'm leaning more towards Mona. It's not Caleb, because think about it. If you look at Arya and Spencer, they don't really look sad. They just look like shocked and like concerned for Hannah. They're friends with Caleb too, and while they wouldn't be crying as hard as Hannah would, obviously, they probably would still be crying, and they would genuinely be sad about it. And same with it being Hannah's mom. They probably would cry about that too and be sad about that because they've known her mom forever. If it's Mona or Lucas, that would cause that kind of reaction in Hannah, but not really Arya or Spencer because they don't really give a shit about those two people. Alright guys, that's it for this week's review. Please leave any predictions, theories, whatever down below in the comment section. I'll check them out. But that's it. I will see you guys next week for the betrayals. Bye.
'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.